Hey, what's up, everyone? Thank you so much for checking out another video here on Show, Style, and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course. Thank you for watching this video. Please hit the like button. I really appreciate it. I ask for it all the time. It will cause YouTube to recommend this video to other people with like minds, like interest, right? And then also, if you have not already done so, please subscribe to Show, Style, and Spirit. I am working on getting another interview. So definitely you want to subscribe so you'll be in the know and can turn on your notifications. So let's jump right on in, honey. Okay, so like I work full time, but this Xscape drama, it's almost like I feel like I have to use PTO just to bring you like the updates as soon as they happen. As you've been noticing, I've been uploading videos like at night because like I work. Oh my gosh. But these ladies, they got me working two jobs, my content creating and my full-time job. But anyway, let's jump right on in because it is a lot to break down. So Tamika Scott from Xscape, she actually created a very informative, detailed video and she uploaded it to her YouTube page where she was breaking down receipts proving that her sister Tasha and her husband Rocky allegedly, illegally obtained her $30,000 royalty check, which we learned there were multiple checks, and deposited into their own bank account. And if you've watched my previous video on this, you know I have banking experience. And yeah, if a check is made out to one person and you're another person, there has to be like some multiple signatures going on, including a bank manager. So this can get really deeper than the ocean at this point. It already is. But like if Tamika really wanted to prosecute her sister, she's being merciful by not doing so. But like heads would roll because whichever bank manager authorized that transaction, it's a wrap. But we're gonna get into all of that. So I really want to take my time. So we all know that she broke down everything. She had lots of receipts. So I've got a few screenshots. So let's just jump right on in. I got plenty of notes. Okay. So first, let me just say, this is actually a text message. So I don't know if you are in Candy's texting group. She'll text like when one of her shows is about to come on TV, like when she had Candy in the Gang. Right now it's the Queens of R&B. When Roa is on, she'll text like, okay, Roa is about to come on in 5 minutes, live tweet with me, use this hashtag. When she's about to go live on Amazon, she will send out the link in a text message. And yeah, I remember during the pandemic back in 2020, Candy would send out screenshots of whatever devotional book she was reading. I hope you all are doing okay. So she's actually very active in her texting community. Trust me, you ain't going no more than a couple days without getting a text from Candy. So anyway, I got this text from Candy and it's like, happy Wednesday. It's been so much going on between my group in these past few weeks. And a lot of people have been saying that Tamika needed to post receipts. So here it is. And then she had the nerve to send you the link to the YouTube video. I was working, but I just like chuckled because I'm like, Candy is with the shits and here she is helping her bandmate prove, what she's saying is true. And I'm like, you go ahead, Candy, because no telling how many millions of people are in your texting group, girl. And we all got that heads up. And that's why so many content creators who either, don't work W-2 jobs or they had a later shift, they had already made videos or gone live about it today. So that texting group, that was everything, Candy. Kudos to you. So we learned that, Tamika, she also did a video like a week and a half ago saying that she was being threatened allegedly by Rocky. So she actually was receiving text message from an unidentified phone number saying that you must apologize to your sister Tasha and your mom. And if you do not apologize to them, we are going to release the sex tape that you made, and basically trying to extort an apology out of her. So I'm glad that Tamika's not really intimidated, and really the best thing when somebody's trying to hold something over your head is just to talk about it, put it out there. People really don't care. People can't judge anyway. They cannot talk. Even if they do project their judgments onto you, who gives a fuck? Okay? That is something that I had to learn. So I'm so proud of Tamika for not only showing where they were threatening her, but she's like, yeah, I made a sex tape. I made a sex tape in my 20s. Okay. And she said she didn't want to keep it in her house. She's married, she's got kids. So she gave the sex tape to her sister, Tasha, and she said, hold this for me because I might want to watch it from time to time. I look real good in the sex tape. And I just hollered. I cracked up. Like, I can't blame you. Remember on Sex and the City when Samantha got a professional picture of her taken butt naked? She said, so when I'm old and elderly, I want to be able to look back and say I was hot. It's the same thing. I can't blame you, Tamika. The thing is, though, you really trusted Tasha to hand her the sex tape. But I'm sure you figured it's your sister. Like, why would she watch it? And in my opinion, allegedly, let me put my banner up. Her brother-in-law probably looked at that tape. Okay. And Tasha allegedly probably just ignored it, or she watched it with them, which is really weird. Why would you want to see your sibling butt naked and having sex at that? Sorry, Mr. YouTube. I know I'm saying a bunch of words that you don't like, but the whole Tamika Tasha storyline on the Queens of R&B is triggering for a lot of us who have experienced being gaslit, manipulated, and bullied by family members. So, now in this video, I just don't care about the curse words. So, but yeah. So Tamika said, yeah, I told her to hold my sex tape. I was looking good in the tape and I don't want to destroy it. I want to be able to watch it from time to time. I just thought that was hilarious. But, him saying to Tasha K last week, about, or that was when her live aired. I don't know when she talked to Rocky, but, she recorded him and he said, and my sister-in-law sent me nudes, I didn't buy it. I did not believe it for 1 second. But I think he said that he teed it up in case he could say, well, she has a birthmark on this spot, or she has a tattoo right here, in places where he would only know unless he saw her naked. But see, now that we know that Tasha was holding Tamika's sex tape, Rocky probably allegedly, in my opinion, watched the tape. And that's how he would know what she looks like naked. You see what I'm saying? Like, he teed it up to say, oh, Tamika sent me a nude. So if he has to prove what she looks like naked, he can, but he had access to a sex tape. You see what I'm saying? See how people will try to manipulate a situation. But we're not stupid. Nobody was believing what he said anyway. But it's this whole sending, this unidentified phone number with a threat to try and get her to apologize. This lets you know that they've been bullying Tamika, ganging up on Tamika, manipulating her, for them to even think that she would respond off of a text message. It's been done to me and in recent weeks by family. So, And let me just say this. This is what I learned from family. You know how with the iPhone, they came out with the feature where you can unsend the text message? Well, this is a MacBook and all my Apple devices are connected. So the text messages from the cell phone goes through to the MacBook. So the niece who thought she was deleting the nasty text that she sent me, it came through to my MacBook. So I have that receipt, but who cares? But that was a fun fact that I've learned about the Apple devices. Okay, so this is where my banking experience comes in, y'all. So this is one of the checks that they allegedly took from Tamika. And she's saying, that's not my signature. At the top, you have Tamika Scott. And then underneath that, you have Edward Bivens. Now, we're in a day and age where we all do electronic payments. You have your web banking, yada, yada, yada. But for those of us who worked in the bank, or if you've ever used a paper check, maybe in church to write an offering or tithe or something, and you didn't pay it electronically, but with a paper check, whoever the check is made out to, you sign it on the back. Now, when it's double endorsed, meaning two people have signed it, that has to be approved by a bank manager, not the bank teller, not even the personal banker, but someone on a management level, like the assistant manager or the manager, has to approve this transaction because it's double endorsed. So remember, Tamika first said that allegedly Rocky deposited the check into his business account. So I assume that Tamika, his sister-in-law, is not a signer on the business account. That's why the forged signature in her name was not enough. It had to be signed over to Edward Bivens. So then when they signed that check, the personal banker or the bank teller had to go to the manager's office and say, yeah, Mr. Bivens wants to deposit this check into his business account. And this is his sister. She signed the check over to him and he signed it. And I'm sure they showed up at the bank with the signatures already done. It's not like Tamika Scott went to the bank teller window and signed it right in front of her. I'm sure the check was already signed when they got it. That's also, not the best thing, but because, if I have paper checks, I don't sign them until I'm at the bank ready to deposit. I don't know about you, but you wouldn't want to endorse it. And then God forbid you drop the check, somebody just picks it up and then they would double endorse it. You see what I'm saying? So I wait right when I'm in front of the teller window to sign it. But anyway, so the manager would have had to sign off on this. So if Tamika, really wants her 30,000 back and she went after them, because we learned in this video when she talks to Tiny's mom, Miss Diane, they learned when they did their investigation that the only way she could get her royalty money was to prosecute Tasha and Rocky, and she didn't want to do that to her sister. So she has a huge allegiance to them simply just because they're family. I don't abide by that rule. Blood relation means nothing to me. It's all about the individual and, do they treat me with respect? Are they trying to hold me every chance they get? I don't care about blood relation. But anyway, so I say that to say if she did prosecute them, it's going to fall back on that bank manager who approved that transaction, so it can get really, really deep. And then there was the salacious rumors, y'all, that Rocky allegedly put out there about Todd, that he has proof that Todd was giving oral favors to a trans woman, so this is crazy. In my opinion, we've all known that Candy is a freak. She has documented her freakiness with Candy Coated Nights and her owning a toy line. And I just don't think that Todd would feel the urge to like cheat on her. I just don't think that. I just feel like if their relationship did have holes, we know it's not in the money department, and I just don't think that it's in the bedroom either. It would have to be in some other part of the house, but not the bedroom and not the room with the safe with all the cash in it. So it was nothing to really put much energy into it. As you can see, I'm just now talking about what Rocky allegedly said about Todd. No one believes it. Absolutely no one. But it was just so crazy that he would even put his lips together and say that anyway. So then, I have notes. So I'll go back to Tamika's beautiful picture, or I'll just go back here. Okay. So, Tiny's mom signed the group up for Sound Exchange. It's like a streaming channel where people could pay to stream music. And allegedly, Tasha falsified information, including Tamika's payee information. It was basically like Tamika's name, and they like changed the address so that Tamika's checks went to Tasha. Because remember, in episode 1 of the Queens of R&B, people were wondering, like, how the heck did she get her hands on Tamika's check anyway to sign and deposit it? Well, on that payee information for the Sound Exchange, allegedly, according to Tamika, Tasha changed Tamika's personal information to her own address so that she would get the paper checks. And then also Tasha allegedly lied and said that she was Tamika's manager, almost like saying, I have the authority to transact business on her behalf. And then changed Tamika's payee information, which was her address. And then in terms of Tasha's gospel music deal with Motown Gospel, according to Tamika, last year at that time, their management was negotiating the gospel music deal. It was going to be for both Tamika and Tasha because Tamika said that her mom and grandma wanted to see them both record on a gospel album together. Well, Tasha was game with doing the album with her sister until Tamika said to her, everything needs to be split evenly 50-50. She said that Tasha flipped out and said, well, this is my specialty. Whereas with you, Tamika, you write screenplays, but me, I write and produce music and I'm the singer of the family. So it was already in Tasha's mind, allegedly, based off of what Tamika said, that she would get, I guess the majority of the profits and it would not be split 50-50. But Tamika spoke up for herself. So great job, Tamika, on empowering yourself. Tasha wasn't with it though, and Tamika said she never heard Tasha bring up the gospel deal again. But obviously, Tasha was still working on it because we've seen on the show where she has collaborated with Motown Gospel. And that is, in a nutshell, the latest drama with Xscape and these Scott sisters. And Tamika has brought all of the receipts. And you know what, Tamika? We believed you anyway. I know that I did, but you actually brought the receipts. So if I was Tasha, I would just let that go. I would just stop speaking about it publicly. Don't make any more videos. And then also just like apologize to Tamika. Because I don't think Tamika's going to trip or hold it over your head because I don't think she's like that. I don't think she's trying to control you or control your relationship. I think she just wants to be, in a relationship with you, in a sisterhood with you. I don't think she wants to manipulate it. So that's all I got, y'all. Please let me know in the comments what you think about Tamika's receipts. And also answer this very important question for me. It's a couple of them. Do you have any sex tapes? And if so, don't tell me where they are now. Don't put it out there in the comments. But do you have somebody holding your sex tape? I hope you don't. Because see, look at what you'll end up with. You'll end up getting one of those little mysterious text messages and they'll be threatening to put the tape out. Which, I have to say what I have learned at this point is that there is some freedom in like being embarrassed or, kind of like putting something out there, something being out there. At least it's like, whew, well, it's out. And then you kind of like, you get stronger in not caring what people think. So the fuck what, okay? And I think that's where Tamika is in her life. And yeah, Tamika, you made a sex tape, girl. That shows, you ain't shy about it. So there you go. But let me know if y'all got sex tapes and if y'all got people holding them. If you do, you need to go back and you need to get them. So please hit the like button on this video. I'd really appreciate it. And also please subscribe to my channel now. Hopefully we will be doing an interview in about another week and a half. I'm hoping, y'all. All right, take good care and have a good night. Bye-bye.